First at 4, it's a DACA celebration in Southwest Detroit. A small group gathering right now, hours after the Supreme Court hands President Trump a legal setback. Meantime, Vice President Mike Pence puts Sterling Heights in the 2020 spotlight. What the Joe Biden campaign is saying about that visit to Michigan. Paula.
Hi, Karen. School districts are slashing their budgets. Some are already laying off teachers. They say their hands are tied. They have no choice. I'll explain why in a live report. Hi, Ben.
Hey, Paula. ACs are cranking across southeast Michigan and will be throughout Father's Day. How much humidity is coming with that, though? We'll check it out for you right now. First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, this is happening right now in Southwest Detroit. Local activists celebrating a Supreme Court decision on DACA, even as they push for more protection. People just started gathering in the past half hour. The director of One Michigan for the Global Majority calls today's ruling a victory for the undocumented community and civil rights. But today's ruling may not be the final word. Let's get to Devin Skillion in the newsroom for a look at the court's decision. Devin.
Yeah, Karen, this was not a sweeping ruling designed to protect the 650,000 young immigrants covered by DACA or the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program, as it's more officially known. Instead, the high court ruled 5-4 that the Trump administration took the wrong path as it tried to end the program, which President Obama started through an executive order. In fact, Chief Justice John Roberts wrote the court was not deciding whether DACA was a good policy. But because the Trump White House didn't follow proper procedures, the young immigrants are protected from deportation, at least for now. The president tweeted his response, quote, "These horrible and politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court are shotgun blasts to the face of people that are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives." Combined with victory for gay rights that came back on Monday, that's 2 setbacks for the president from the high court this week. As you can imagine, some leading Democrats have a different take.
To me, frankly, the court's decisions were surprising, but welcome, and gives you some faith that the laws and rules and mores of this country can be upheld. Wow.
Department of Homeland Defense could try to change the policy again, but that is unlikely before the 2020 election, certainly. We'll have more from Washington and from Southwest Detroit, where we saw those live pictures originating a few moments ago when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Devin. And you can get breaking news alerts on major rulings like the DACA case right on your phone. We sent this urgent just after 10 o'clock this morning. Just download the Click on Detroit app for free wherever you shop for your apps, and then you'll stay connected to Local 4. Vice President Mike Pence is making the rounds through Macomb County today. Air Force Two touched down about 11:30 this morning at Selfridge Air Base. Pence was accompanied by Republican Senate candidate John James. The VP had lunch at Engine House in Mount Clemens and then took a tour of the Chartam Gear Company in Sterling Heights. Pence is here to rally Republican support for the president after a tough time for the country.
After all that we've been through, standing here today because of the sacrifices the American people have made, because of the incredible dedication of our healthcare workers, because of the way that American businesses stepped up. Every state in this country is now opened up again.
The Joe Biden presidential campaign is blasting Pence's visit, calling it a damage control tour. It released a statement, attacked the administration's response to the coronavirus, saying in part, quote, "In no small part due to Donald Trump's weak leadership, Michigan lost more than 1 million jobs and experienced more than 6,000 deaths." Earlier, Rod Maloney spoke with the vice president, who says the president is already turning things around.
You saw it in the jobs numbers a week ago. You saw it in the retail numbers this week. I think it's a testament to the strong foundation of growth that President Trump set by keeping the promises he made to the people of Michigan.
And the vice president had much more to say. We will have more from Rod's one-on-one interview with the vice president when you join us tonight at 5. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has just extended Michigan's state of emergency connected to COVID-19, so that will run through July 16th. The governor has faced legal challenges to that authority, but she believes the order is in the best interest of the state's health. Also today, State House passed bills allowing bars and restaurants to create social drinking zones and cocktails to go. The Senate has passed similar legislation. Now the bills must be reconciled. Meantime, the state is reporting 225 new cases of the coronavirus, along with 25 additional deaths in the past 24 hours. We're thankfully not seeing the spikes happening in other states across the country. Michigan schools have been in crisis since the virus derailed life as we know it. Just yesterday, Governor Whitmer announced she's hoping students can get back to class in the fall. But some educators are raising some red flags today about not having the tools or the funding plans to make it happen. Paula Tutman has been following this every step of the way and joins us this afternoon with some of their concerns, and there are many.
Some real concerns, and the news we give you today is going to be really tough for communities because basically school administrators are wandering down a path. They have no idea where that path is going to lead them or whether or not they'll be able to turn back. For educators, it's a tsunami visible from the coast with no place to shelter and no idea how much real damage will be done when that wave comes ashore. School districts have 12 more days to submit their budgets. Districts need to know how much money they'll have to spend per district and per student. And as of this week, without guidance from lawmakers in Lansing,
the drop-dead date was about a week ago.
The budget cuts have already begun.
We're going to pass a budget tonight that includes sweeping reductions because we don't know how much money we'll have and have no reason to believe we'll have a budget by June 30th. But again, that's unacceptable. We need a budget by June 30th. We're happy to go in and amend it. We've laid off 50 teachers already. We're preparing to cut almost $12 million from our budget this evening, and that doesn't help anyone, particularly children.
And while it is possible that once Lansing does weigh in, the teachers could be brought back on paper, that doesn't mean they'll be available.
It really comes down to getting the information to districts as quickly as possible, making decisions. I mean, the cuts they're talking about are substantial, probably the largest in history since Proposal A, and districts just need time to be able to adapt to those. You know, certainly the other issues we talked about in terms of just the safety of students. So it's really almost a perfect storm in that we're having a budget crisis at the same time that we're trying to deal with COVID-19 and safe learning environments for students.
It means districts are struggling to make plans using worst-case scenarios that may not be able to be reversed.
We have put together a preliminary budget with some budget cuts that are in there. But again, are we looking to cut $2 million out of our budget, $4 million, $8 million, $10 million? When you hear cuts from $250, $750, $2,500 per pupil, and there's all these erroneous information out there, we're trying to budget for almost everything. And that's just an impossible task to do. And you're using up all those hours of people to do all this work. Whereas if we just knew what the number was, then we could plan and we could move on.
Yeah, here's the bottom line. These educators have to hear from Lansing. They absolutely must. And Lansing just isn't able to give any answers because Lansing is waiting for answers from the feds. There's so much to unpack. And to really unravel here, our coverage will obviously continue tomorrow, Karen, as we continue to dive for serious answers and information for you.
Most definitely. They do need those budget numbers. And in the end, obviously, it's the children who pay. All right. We'll look forward to your future reports. Thanks, Paula. We've been talking about the heat and that humidity moving into Metro Detroit all week, and it has been a slow build. Let's get to Ben to see where things stand right now. Hi there, Ben.
Yeah, Karen, we are above average. And of course, as you mentioned, we're getting hotter as we head towards the upcoming weekend. We're at 86 right now, but thankfully that humidity is still fairly low, especially for this time of year. 84 City Airport, coolest number there at Grosse Ile at 76, but Flint already pushing the upper 80s, which a lot of us are going to get to with no problem tomorrow. And because of that, the air quality alert has been extended through Friday. This means we're going to see a lot of ozone near the ground that could make breathing difficult, especially for folks who do have respiratory issues. So just take it easy if you can here in the next day or two. 85 here at 6 o'clock. We'll slide into the 60s tonight. Humidity really starts to creep back on Saturday. We'll tell you what that means for our storm chances for Father's Day and what's to come beyond the weekend, all in a few minutes. Karen?
All right, thank you very much, Ben. It's a little comfort to those who are not working, but the unemployment numbers do show signs of improvement. 1.5 million workers filed for first-time jobless benefits last week, according to the Department of Labor. That's the 11th straight week that number has declined since peaking at the end of March. Now, while 45 million Americans have been impacted since the crisis began, many have been called back to work. Currently, it is estimated 21 million are considered unemployed. The world is remembering Jean Kennedy Smith today. She was the last surviving sister of President John F. Kennedy and served as the U.S. ambassador to Ireland. Kennedy Smith is seen here receiving the Medal of Freedom. Though she never ran for office, President Clinton made her an ambassador, and Kennedy Smith played a critical role in the peace process in Northern Ireland. She also had 4 children, including William Kennedy Smith, who was acquitted of rape in a highly publicized trial back in the 1990s. Jean Kennedy Smith was 92 years old. Still ahead first at 4, Costco, Target, Kroger. Some stores are starting to bring back services that were put on hold because of coronavirus. We'll talk about what's coming back. Also, we'll check on 2 international spots. Angry protests at a new missile launch that's getting the world's attention. But at first, a new report on the crash that killed Kobe Bryant and several others. Why investigators are focusing on something the pilot said just before that chopper went down. More news first at 4.